Here are 6 biblical prophecies that have already unfolded. Number 1, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. False teachers spreading false doctrines, causing men to hate the truth and call the truth evil. This verse also says that these false teachers would take people's money and become rich off of these false doctrines. Another verse that goes hand in hand with this one is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3 through 4, that in the end days people would have itching ears for these false teachings. These fake pastors know this, so they tell you what you want to hear because they know if they speak the truth and the sound doctrine, you will hate it and then you won't come to church anymore and they can't get rich off of your tithes. Number 2, global communications. There are many events in the Bible described as everyone on the earth being able to see it at once. If this is possible, it must be because of telecommunications or live streaming. For example, Matthew 24 verse 30 and Revelation 1 verse 7 says that when Jesus comes back, every eye will see him. To me, this is a strong indicator that people will be live streaming the event when it happens. Also, in Revelation chapter 11, verse 9 through 10, the Bible speaks of how the bodies of the 2 witnesses sent by God to prophesy to the nations and end up being killed by the Antichrist would be seen by all nations, kindreds, and tongues, and all those who did evil would rejoice over their death. No one can be in more than one place at one time, so this indicates that it will be a televised event. It also says in Revelation 17 verse 8 that everyone who dwells on the earth would see the Antichrist, and those whose names were not written in the book of life would wonder and be amazed when they saw him. Again, for everyone on earth to see something or someone simultaneously, this is a strong indicator that it would be live streamed or a globally televised event. I would say this is something that is very plausible considering how many people enjoy going live on their social media accounts. Number 3, Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12, nuclear blasts. In this verse it says that in the end times that God would cause an event that will smite those who fought against Jerusalem, and that he would make their flesh dissolve as they stand on their feet, and it would make their eyes dissolve into their sockets and their tongues dissolve into their mouths. A neutron bomb has the capability of doing this. Its blast is so strong it can even penetrate an armored vehicle. Number 4, Daniel 12 verse 4. The prophecy in this verse tells us that in the last days there would be a significant increase in travel and knowledge. Only in recent years humans have been able to travel exceptionally long distances in a fraction of the amount of time that it took when these prophecies were written, thanks to modern transportation and the Industrial Revolution. And clearly, knowledge has been increasing at remarkable speeds. According to the Digital Journal, until the year 1900, human knowledge doubled every century. But by 1950, human knowledge doubled every 25 years. After the year 2000, knowledge would double every year. Now, in our present time, human knowledge is doubling every day, said Tim Sandel in 2018. I mean, just look at the technology of the 90s and look where we are today. It's pretty obvious. Number 5, Zephaniah 3 verse 9 through 10 and Ezekiel 37 verse 1 through 14. In Zephaniah 3, 9 through 10, God said that one day he would gather his dispersed people and revive a pure language for them. The Jewish diaspora caused them to adopt other languages such as German, Yiddish, Russian, etc. Ezekiel 37, 1 through 14 says that God would one day restore the land of Israel and bring all the Jews back to their homeland. Both of these prophecies were fulfilled May 14th of 1948. A state of Israel was established and the Hebrew language was made their official language again after nearly 2,000 years of exile. And number 6, Matthew 24 verse 14, Mark 13 verse 10, Revelation 14 verse 6. All of these scriptures say that before the Lord returns, that the gospel would be preached to all nations of the world first. As of today, Christianity is the largest organized faith with believers all around the world. Every day, thousands of people receive the gospel and accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. We are living in the last days. Let me know if y'all want a part 2. I got plenty more.